Hey, good morning, everybody. Captain Jim Palmer, the Dream Business Coach here. I got a question that you need to ask yourself. We are about to zoom into the month of March. Another, 10 days, 9 days? Oh, wait, 28 days? 8 days, I think. We're going to be zooming into March, end of the first quarter. And the question, it's a very simple question. Good morning. Morning, Dagmar. How you doing? It's a very simple question, and when we cross into the New Year's, we come up with the New Year's resolutions, we set our big goals. Pete Atherton, good morning, buddy. We set our goals for the new year and what we're going to accomplish, and for some magical reason around the new year, I don't know, it's a new season, renewal, whatever it is, it's just another date in the calendar, but we get all excited and make these plans and set goals, and I love that you set plans and goals. But the question I need to ask you this morning, I want you to really think about this. I've thought about this in the last week as I've done a lot of coaching calls, and I've had so many calls with prospects, what I call prospective coaching members, and I've also had a couple calls, follow-up calls with people that I talked to earlier in the year. And what has become clear to me, it's not a revelation, but it is a danger sign that I'm going to share with you this morning, is you have to ask yourself, are my actions matching my ambitions? So if you've got big dreams of, finally getting to six figures or creating a multiple six-figure business, if you have a dream of becoming a speaker and launching a business or coaching business, finishing, whatever your big dream is, you've had almost 60 days into this year that you say this is going to be it. And lofty big goals are awesome. I mean, you got to start that way, but are your efforts matching your ambition? Because if they're not, it's not going to happen, and you're setting yourself up for disappointment again. How many January 1st New Year's resolutions? Dan Buglio, how you doing? Where is Dan? Is he in South America? Are you coming to me from your kayak somewhere? Good to see you, my friend. And so your efforts, the effort you're putting forth has to match your ambitions. It's so great, because here's the deal. A lot of times I talk about the top 1% or top 5%, it doesn't matter, top 10%. High income earners, what they do differently is they do it. They get it done. They don't talk about it forever. And like I say, big lofty goals are one thing. So many people, and this is, I'm not going to call anybody out obviously, but I've had, in the last 10 days, I've had 3 follow-up calls with people that I talked to a few months ago that were interested in helping me and me helping them grow a dream business. And I did a check-in to see where they were, and about 60 days later, they're no further ahead than where they were, because it's busy, life kicks in, I lost a client, I did this, that, and the other thing. There's so many reasons why there has been no effort made to move the ball forward, and that is the separator. That's the difference maker of champions and ordinary athletes. That's the difference maker in entrepreneurs and high income earning entrepreneurs. That's the difference. People have excuses, and excuses don't get the job done. It's really hard. I'm not, some people have some real life situations going on, but you know what? Everybody does. And I think when you look at what high income earners do differently, they don't go to bed saying, I'll try again tomorrow. It's okay. Life got in the way. They just make it happen. For whatever reason, they make it happen. I tell a story sometimes about Fred Smith, the pioneer of Federal Express. Because so many entrepreneurs, they want to dip their toe in the water. Hey, Jim, I had somebody say, Jim, I want to really coach with you, but I need to get a little headway or a couple clients or something like that. In other words, I'm going to dip my toe in the water, get a little bit of momentum, and then see if I can take that momentum and ride the wave. Fred Smith, when he started Federal Express and he had this idea for this spoken wheel delivery system, overnight delivery system, which is interesting, he got a C on, or I don't know if that's folklore, but he got a C in college on that paper. But he didn't just dip his toe in the water by buying a couple of used Cessna planes and trying his overnight delivery service throughout Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, and things like that. He bought multiple DC-9 jets. He went all in. He obviously had pilots and co-pilots. He had ground crew. He had delivery vans, although he started with used vans. But he set up the entire system, and he went. And he actually lost millions and millions and millions of dollars every single month. And eventually he actually went and to Vegas and he bankrolled his last little bit of money to make payroll. But he went so all in and he went so fast and he chased it so hard. He was either going to crash and burn spectacularly, which is probably a bad metaphor for the airlines, or he was going to make it in a very, very big way. And so you need to ask yourself, are you dipping your toe in the water? Are you buying a used Cessna plane and seeing if you can fly around the country? Or are you going to buy yourself a big jet plane? Do you want to launch that program, get that book done? Do you want to double the size of your income? Do you want to stop working 80 hours and work 40 hours? And are you just going to kind of slow walk it and see what happens? Because doggone, it's scary when I put that much time, money, or effort into it. Or are you going to slow walk it? That is a choice everybody gets to make. And as I opened my calendar today to see who I had for calls, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the 21st already. We're almost into March. And it made me realize that how many people are slow walking their dreams, slow walking their goals. And you know what it comes down to? And I hate to be this harsh in the morning, but what the heck? You know what it comes down to? It comes down to a lack of cojones. It comes down to a lack of guts. Everybody's got a big dream, but not everybody has the cojones to put themselves out there, to bankroll it, to borrow it, to work whatever you got to do, whatever you need to do to suddenly move negative people out of your life. There's so many things that go into becoming a higher income earnings, successful entrepreneur, but not everybody's willing to do all those things. And so that's just a very simple question for you this morning. If you look at your big lofty goals, your big dreams, what you want to accomplish this year, look at what you've done from January 1st up till now, February 21st, and ask yourself, do my actions match my ambitions? And I think you'll probably know where you're going to be this time, January 1st next year. I hope that's motivational. Sounds a little negative, but anyway, hope you got something out of that. I've got 3 or 4 calls this morning, and then I am booked in the afternoon. I'm doing another half-day consult here in the Floating Home. Very excited about that. We got phenomenal weather, so I think we'll be taking our guest out on the Floating Home, Stephanie Blue and I, but we're going to do a deep dive on her business. Really excited that my friend Julie Bartkus, who's just a premier, she is a wonderful coach and motivator in the early childhood development space, and we're going to go deep dive on her business for about 3 or 4 hours, and then we're going to take the boat out and have a little fun. And if you're interested in that, let me know. I do half-day consults Friday, Saturday, or Monday as they fit into my schedule. They're only $4.97, and we feed you well. But anyway, looking forward to that. Julie, having you here coming down at noon. But my name is Captain Jim Palmer. I am the Dream Business Coach. You ask yourself that question, are my actions today matching my ambitions? And just be honest with yourself, all right? Have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care, everybody.